Charting disintermediates financial news from reality. What does that mean? Well, the word disintermediation is to reduce or eliminate the role of an intermediary. And what is the financial news? Well, it's an intermediary between you and the markets, between you and the only thing that we care about, which is price movement. And what charting allows you to do, it allows you to remove the financial news, to remove what other people are telling you from what's going on, to allow you to actually see what's going on. I mean, remember, the folks who are providing you the financial news are trying to get you to do any number of things. Primarily, view their commercials, stay tuned, listen to what they're saying, get excited, do things that might not be in your interest, where if you can follow price movement on the charts, learning by doing, which is what is required. Remember, so much of what we do here are subjective calls that are based on your on-the-job training, that is, doing this. It's not something that you can just put a formula together and have it work. If that were so, the engineers in the crowd who are listening to me would be multi-billionaires, because you'd have written a program and it would have told you exactly what's going to happen in the marketplace. Well, that's not the way it works. You've got to spend your time and energy following price movement, learning how to do it, designing your own system based upon everything that you've learned. Take what you learn here, apply it to what you know, and craft based upon your interests, your time allowable, the things you're interested in, to set up your own plan for doing things. There's no one right way. Let's jump into these charts and see what's going on. Of course, we had a reset. We've been talking about this on the STC on the half-day chart, on the S&P 500, and you saw that. Boom, crossed over, going up this morning, a little higher in the afternoon, up 1.20%. Now, what's the volume doing for us here? If we check that out on the chart, there it is. Let me show that to you. You can see it's nice. The volume even went up more in the afternoon, showing that, again, when you have rises in volume, you want to see price following that. We had a lot of volume pushed up there on Friday afternoon, pushed up the price some, but of course the sellers were still knocking it down. But we saw things again go up in the morning and up even further in the afternoon, with an even increase in volume there. So just something for us to take a look at and see. That sort of confirms what we were hoping to see there. Now, we are, of course, that's a +1. We're above the 200 EMA on our success multiplier formula, and we went from red to green. When we look at where we are on the 2-day, it is below the 200 EMA, sliding sideways, green spinning top. That's the price movement that, of course, we are taking into account from Friday and Monday. So we have a green spinning top there. We do see where the wick penetrated the 200 exponential moving average, and we are green on the STC. That's +4 points. And of course, we are above the 200 EMA, green on the STC, so we're at +15, hoping things will continue to gear up and move ahead. Let's also just check out quickly the volume. We have, that's interesting, that prior candle had a lot of volume, a little bit less on this one, taking into account, remember, that's Friday also, but the volume is higher than the average, so that's good. That's portending okay. Of course, we're just 1 day into the volume here on a 5-day candle. We'll see how the week progresses there, but good idea to go ahead and give it a trigger pull after that red to green in the morning. We'll see how things continue to move ahead. Let's take a look at where we are on the NASDAQ 100. It's never reset for us, so we didn't have a jumping in point. Did push through the 200 EMA. That's good to see. Where are we on the STC when it comes to the 2-day chart? Of course, increasing volume below the 200 EMA, but heading up nicely. What about the weekly? it is pushing through that 200 EMA and heading up 2.22%. So that is nice to see. Let's check out 20-year bonds, see where they are. Well, we've seen things now flip over. That happened Friday afternoon, heading down on the STC on the half-day chart, resetting. Hopefully that will reset and start moving up before we cross through the 200 EMA, give us an ability. You can see not a lot of volume there on this down move. We saw things really pop up strong, and then the volume decrease. Maybe we got some selling there, maybe a little bit of manipulation with all this down move and not a lot of volume. So we'll see how that plays out. We look at the 2-day, and of course we can see the volume is up there, not up to the average though, and falling off some. Still green on the STC. And what about the weekly? It is still green on the STC. Not much going on there, just a little bitty green candle, and we can see where the volume is red there. Maybe it's already turned red. It's hard to see there. I guess with the volume turning red, it is a little red candle there. So we'll wait, watch, and see. Hopefully things will turn around, pop back up, and give us the ability to ride 20-year bonds up. Don't know if that's going to happen, but we have reset on the STC for us. We shall wait and see, my friends. Let's move on. We'll head to gold. Gold up just a little bit, 0.19%. Look where gold's been hitting its head. And of course, we can see going back to Thursday afternoon, high volume. We saw in the afternoon dropping down, volume turning negative. We look at where things were on, let's see, that's Friday afternoon. That's Friday morning, Friday afternoon, volume really pumped up. Volume still not quite up to the average, but down in the morning on Monday, and then popping up in the afternoon, though, with even less volume. So we'll see if maybe this trend on gold is dying or just digesting those gains and getting ready to plug on up again. We'll wait and see as things move into Tuesday, hoping to see the STC go all the way through this middle band and reset. It's not done that, so we'll wait, watch, and see what happens there. We look at the 2-day, like I said, only up 0.19%. We can see where things have stalled on these latest two-day candles. We look at where things are on the weekly. Same kind of thing, not hitting the high of last week, not far off of it, but not hitting a higher high so far. Still green on the STC, so we'll keep our eye on gold, see which way it's going to go for us. Now, lastly, we will take a look at Bitcoin. What do we see going on with Bitcoin? Well, it has climbed. It turned over and really started heading up. Now we can see, again, the volume here. Remember, this is the Bitcoin future ETF. All right, it's a closed month short-term future. The nice thing about this is compared with going with Bitcoin in one of those crypto exchanges is this is an ETF that's traded in the marketplace, not on a crypto exchange. One of the 3 that started last about November or so. So again, what do we see going on? See it popping up in the morning, about the same in the afternoon. Lots of volume in the morning knocking that up. You saw where the volume sort of keeled off after that pump up back on Tuesday. Saw a lot of volume as it was getting up to the 200 EMA on Friday the 13th. So we'll keep our eye on things and just see where it goes up. 2.98% above that 200 EMA. Now, we don't have a 200 EMA on the 2-day or the weekly because the charts just aren't old enough. Like I said, started in November of 21. So we don't have long enough charts to get the 200 EMA here. But you can see where things started. And again, the volume really pushed up on the 11th and the 13th. Those two-day candles there. Volume then sort of decreasing on this latest push up too. So we'll keep an eye on that. We look at where the weekly is. And of course, we're green on the STC. That went green. And again, we gotta, I'm hoping we'll get some ranging here so that the STC can reset itself to give us some more accurate moves, because with all the down moves, you can see where finally when you had an up move here back in October, that went from red to green because there again had just been so much in the down moves. I guess these 4 weeks of up movement starting back in mid-July, going through early August, coupled with that, finally rotated over the STC on the weekly chart, but that doesn't do too much for us. So we need some good movement and resets to be able to help us get more use out of this indicator. But we see going into the third week of up movement, again, when we look at our 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, we can see that we are moving toward the 200 EMA. We'd like to see things cross over on that, like we said, reset on this STC so that we get an STC that we can make more use out of. And of course, once that occurs, we'll continue this whole time to follow Bitcoin and see where it leads us and be able to track this. You guys remember before that big Bitcoin crash, we were getting some good following of Bitcoin, some successful practice trades there. We just have to have these indicators reset for us. But we'll continue to keep an eye on things, and we'll follow it as it happens. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.